For this video log, I read Chapter 2 out of Fountas and Pinnell's guided reading book called Guided Reading with a Multi-Text Approach, Levels of Support for Literacy Learning. Something that I specifically picked up from this chapter was writing has similar approaches to reading as far as like strategies for whole group reading. Obviously it's different because it is writing, but they are similar structured. And so what I picked up on was the shared reading time for shared writing, interactive writing, guided writing, and independent writing. And so with shared writing, it is a whole class activity. There's one enlarged text that is gone over, and the students will share ideas with the teacher, but the teacher still does all the writing. And then the text will be reread using a shared reading method. And for interactive writing, which is like the next step up, is whole class, but it starts working into small groups. Students will give ideas, and sometimes the teacher will allow them to write some of those words out for the text. And the text is still reread using shared reading. And then for guided reading, which is the next step, it's all small groups, so like no whole class anymore. And students will select their own topics. They compose the language that they want in their text, and they do get a little bit of teacher support still. And the text will still be reread now by students and possibly to their small group. And the last one is independent writing, when students write on their own in individual settings. They select their topic, they compose their own sentences, words, and paragraphs, and the text will be reread by the student. It's refined through drafting, and the teacher occasionally will help out students with that process. One quote that I liked was, "As a teacher, you can lift students' comprehension of text as well as their ability to articulate their thinking by guiding the conversation and helping students to keep it grounded in texts." That's found on page 44. And what I kind of took that as was a student's comprehension can be like increased for texts when they are personally able to articulate what's going on and what they're thinking through conversation. And that's kind of just like a way to evaluate, like, are they really comprehending? And then a question I have is, what are some strategies to incorporate reading and writing together in the classroom without giving students too much of a guided prompt writing from the story? So like, for example, like using what we've been talking about through our reading time to use as a writing prompt, but not it being a prompt that's like going to give everyone the same answer. Giving questions and prompts that are kind of creative answers. So it's not just, oh, this is the only answer you can get in your writing.